I'll be okay. I can dream the rest away. It's just a little touch of fate. It'll be okay. It sure takes its precious time, but it's got rights, and so have I. I turn my head to the sky and focus one thought at a time. I do not let the little breeze under my tight look on sleep. It couldn't be a longer time. I feel like I'm walking blind. I have no arrival time. There are no legible signs.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 8 and we are going to present a video on quality management system in construction. Today, many Malaysian construction companies have been certified ISO 9001. What is this ISO 9001? It is the international standard that specifies requirements for quality management system, QMS. Organizations use this standard to demonstrate the ability to consistently provide products and services that meet customers and regulatory requirements. Yet, many companies struggling to comply with this ISO 9001 requirements due to lack of proper documentation and inconsistent quality of workmanship. So this can be a very critical problem when clients require the quality assessment system in construction, or we say classic certification for the project. I want to highlight some common issues that construction companies face, like work proceed without the consultant's approval. For example, request for work inspection is not issued. Other includes lack of discipline to comply with the 9001 requirement and also unapproved materials being used. So how do we cater this problem? Let us take this company for example, the Sunway Construction Group of Companies, Suncon. They have introduced the SQMS, Sunway Quality Merit System, to address these issues. The SQMS systematically assess projects on a regular basis to ensure that all construction activities complies with the ISO 9001 requirement. So all the projects in Suncon are benchmarked with the SQMS scores. Some of the objectives of SQMS includes to measure project quality performance systematically and objectively, to standardize good practice across all projects in Suncon and create better awareness of products quality as per classic requirement in staff and subcontractors. And later we will see how the SQMS is implemented and assessed in the company.
Suncon use Sunway Quality Merit System (SQMS) as a guideline to assess all of their projects. This assessment comprises of 5 main categories. A. Product workmanship. This criteria is conducted based on classic standards and using proper classic tools such as 1.2 spirit level, L angle, measuring tape, steel gauge, etc. The assessor also check whether the right materials are being used as per approval or specification. B. Inspection and test. This criteria is carried out to measure a project's in process inspection and test to assure that these tests and inspection are being carried out accordingly at each stage of construction, which means that each project is divided into several stages. Then this test is being conducted and approved in each stage before the next stage is proceeded. Inspection and test record are being recorded and verified via relevant request for work inspection (RIN). These documents are being signed by the representative of the clients and consultants.
First point I will be talking about is responding to clients' complaint. At Sunway, what we can see, complaints they must proceed to timely manner. When project teams, they actually take some complaints and try to proceed on that. It actually based on this timely manner company, they judge them whether they did this thing with proper time or not, and based on that they get some scores, and this score comes from NCR. This NCR, which means by non-conference report. Okay. Now moving on to the next point, this is quality infrastructure. This quality infrastructure is actually divided into various criteria as well, and these criteria are designated sample display area, then cubic collection area, and the last one is material storage. So, and the last point I will be talking about is document and record management. So, document and record management is the way they keep their document. They actually do it based on a few criteria. First one is they actually sort it out based on ISO 9001 standard. And next one, whenever they get the incoming documents to the company, they actually sort it out based on dates and stamps, and also they keep the relevant control copies of it. And thirdly, whenever they send their documents to outside as well, they follow the same criteria. They date the thing, then they stamp it, and then they send it to the outside companies and wherever they want to proceed. And whenever they get hard copies and some attachment, they actually follow the procedure of project filling index. This is how they actually keep their hard copies and all of their attachments. They get the soft copies and hard copies. Also, whenever they want to send it, they actually keep the checking list of it. So with that checking list, they can keep track of all of their documents. They can't miss any of the documents from the company. That's about it. And based on all of these 5 categories, what we have talked about, 2 points from my friend, and what I have talked about, these 3 points, a project team can handle all of those things properly. They will get a percentage based on SQMS score, and with their workmanship, they will get another 60% of their score.
Implementation of Sunway Quality Merit System, or SQMS. SQMS assessment is carried out on the Suncon project on monthly basis by teams SQMS assessors. They are need to submit the report to the Suncon management at the end of the assessment day. SQMS team, they are formed by a full-time assessors due to the consistent manner and independently conducted. The assessor should have a knowledge of the classic requirement and ISO 9001 standard, which is related to the hands-on experience. They are also certified by CIDB, or Construction Industry Development Board. The SQMS team should responsible in scheduled monthly assessment, and there are also need to conduct assessment as per schedule. The SQMS team should report findings, and there are also need to analyze a finding on a monthly and adjusted basis. And there also need to review SQMS assessment. Scheduling. The team project assesses the schedule on a monthly basis because there are need to ensure the project quality is maintained at all times. There are schedule for every quarters, and there are need to send to the project team accordingly. Confirmation sent away due to the schedule assessment day.
Now I will explain about the site assessment. What is site assessment? Basically, site assessment is conducted at the project site, which to measure the product of workmanship at the site office, and also check the documents and records related to the project. Okay, for the site assessment procedure, the first one, the project team need to brief the SQMS team about their work progress since the last assessment has been made. The next one, the project team representative
which are the trade masters and the subcontractors are required to join along with the SQMS team to do the assessment site work, which they will check and records the type of the material that has been used for the installation, the condition of the material storage area, and other quality related to the infrastructure during their process. The next step is the documentation and the test records of the trade at the location will be assessed and checked accordingly at the site office. And the last one is all the project reports and documents, including the incoming and outgoing correspondence, drawings, sites, memos, and all other reports related to the project will be checked by the management system.
The final step to implement this system is by doing a report. There's 4 types of report that have been done throughout the project. The first one is a closing meeting with the project team. The first one is closing meeting with the project team. This kind of meeting will be attended by the project team comprising the project manager, the project engineer, the respective trade master, and the subcontractor. The objective of this meeting is to report the score, all the score and finding of the project, as well as to discuss the area of improvement for the corrective action. SQMS report. This kind of report will be done at the end of every assessment day. The SQMS team will prepare an official report to formalize all the score and the finding for the project. After that, they will submit the report to the subcon management and share it throughout the company via an email. SQMS monthly report. At the end of each month, the SQMS team will analyze all the findings and the score to identify the project ranking from the highest to the lowest, the most improved project, the most declined project, the best and the worst performing subcontractor for the said month. At every quarterly month, the SQMS team will prepare a report to present the performance of current quarter and compare it with the previous quarter. The benefit by doing this is to fine-tune criteria and the methodology to improve the project.
What are the benefits of quality assessment? There are so many benefits to quality assessment. Number 1, it improves the quality of product workmanship in all aspects of a project. For instance, if you have a project whereby a certain company has to build a road, these quality assessment protocols can regulate and improve the workmanship product that will result from that project. Number 2, it creates an in-process inspection culture by project team members to identify and rectify defects immediately as work progresses. So this means that as the work progresses, there are several defects and several mistakes that can occur in the building of that road or in doing that project. In that way, through quality assessment, one can instantaneously rectify those mistakes and thus maintain the quality at a certain standard. Thirdly, it reduces the number of non-conformance report or NCR, and from client or from consultants, as workmanship and quality as well as document management improve. In conclusion, I would like to say that quality assessment has the following benefits. It has improved the overall quality of document management, it has improved the overall quality of correct material use, material storage condition, inspection and tests, and finally response to complaint and feedback, which thus can improve the quality of the project at hand. Islam emphasizes so much on the way we do things. That means we should perfect what we do when we perform any task or activity. That means maintaining a certain quality when we perform any task. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam stated in a hadith, "Inna Allah yuhibbu ahadukum idha amila amalan an yutqinahu." And the key word here is itqan. This whole hadith can be translated as it can be implied from this hadith that when one does a task, they should do it with itqan, or they should perfect that task.
I turn my head to the sky, focus one thought at a time. I do not like the little breeze under my tent and sleep. It couldn't be a longer time. I feel like I am walking blind. I have no arrival time. There are no legs to the side.
Okay, camera rolling, action.